It's Saturday morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Dioramas. I am your host, TechChucker. Now, if you aren't familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas, and I showcase them right here on the show. Now, if you would like to be showcased in a future episode, all you need to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag ThisweekInDioramas. Now, we've got an awesome showcase lined up for you again this week. Before we do that, I want to talk to you a little bit about Facebook. Every week I get, a couple of friend requests, and I want to let you guys know I don't accept friend requests. I use my Facebook essentially just for personal use and then browsing and whatnot. And so those of you that do friend request me, I very much appreciate it, but because I don't have a separate personal Facebook page, I don't accept the friend requests. I used to have a separate page or account for the channel. Facebook just killed it. No warning, no nothing, no explanation. It was just gone. And so their preference, Facebook's, is that if I am a personality or a business or whatever, that I use a Facebook page, which I have. You can find me at TechChucker. What I recommend is, instead of doing a Facebook friend request, is to follow me on Instagram at instagram.com/TechChucker and follow me there, and then you can DM me, and I try to respond as often as I can or as quickly as I can. But I just don't accept the friend requests because I don't trust that Facebook is going to keep my personal information separate from the channel stuff. So that is pretty much what I wanted to get into. We've got a great show lined up for you, as I already said. Before we get into that, we do need to reveal the winner of last week's fan vote, and your winner is the Apartment Complex Dio by From the Mat Cave. So congratulations, you are now entered into the Grand Championship vote coming at the end of the year. But make sure you stay tuned till the end of this episode, where you'll all get another chance to vote for your favorite on the community tab on my channel. All right, we are ready to get this showcase on the road. I hope you have yourself a cup of coffee or something filled to the brim, because we've got a lot of dioramas to go through. Again, as usual, I am drinking Kirkland's Best because it's a 2-pound bag and that goes a long way. That's refreshing. All right, let's jump on into this. And what better way to start off October than with a Halloween-themed diorama from Christoph's Custom. This is a very, very well done piece, and I especially love how you presented it. Black background and all. It looks so professional. It looks very, very cool, and obviously a very ominous look to it. Really digging on the newspaper that you've got on this particular wall here. That is a great, unique way of presenting a diorama. It doesn't always have to be, standard walls and all of that, and I really like what you did there. It's very creative. Look at that. That is super cool looking. The window broken. Awesome look. We got a little fire here. Some nice lights throughout. It's not overly what would it be, It's not overly in your face. It's what I would consider to be simple looking, not necessarily simple to do, but I really like what you've got here. You can see they have finished every edge of this piece. You've got the Haddonfield Memorial sign up above on the top there, which is a nice touch, and it's just a great looking piece. And you'll notice this is the box that the figure came in. How cool is that, to take the packaging from the company and turn it into your diorama piece? That is awesome. I really like this. It's just so well done. Let me see, what do we got? You don't know what death is. We got to read that in more of a creepy, you don't know what death is. I don't know, I'm not a voice person. Latest custom jewelry storage box. So it's not actually the action figure box, it's just jewelry box. That's awesome. Love the creativity in that. Next up, coming from MH Designs 11, we've got a dock, shipping dock diorama, and this thing is really cool looking. I really like what you did here. One, you've got a background with what looks to be a printed off shipyard kind of piece there, and then you've integrated in the front portion, which is the dock that you made with a bunch of different accessories, which is very fun. And then it looks like you've got either a printout of water, or this is an actual water effect that you did. The cool thing is because I can't really tell what it is, that sometimes it's nice to not know, is this printed or is this an actual resin piece? Just goes to show that you're hitting the realism aspect of it. But I really dig this piece. The mixture of the photograph and the diorama is super cool. It makes for a great display piece. Also makes for great pictures if you can get rid of that little shine. Sometimes having a polarizer on your lens, it makes it a little harder to do that if you have just a phone to do that, but very, very cool idea. Next one, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters from the Shadow Gallery 718. This is a really cool diorama. It is the interior building here. You can see all the characters, Demon Dogs, Slimer, everybody's here, and this is a really cool setup that you've got. But check out in the windows, it's the Stay Puffed. Ah, so cool. This is an awesome diorama. There's so many cool little details, a little different than the bricks that we're usually seeing. Looks to be some sort of wallpaper printout, maybe even the floor is a printout. That looks pretty smooth, so I don't think that's sculpted. Very, very cool piece, and you present it so well. I really dig it. It's just a great looking piece. Next is a Star Wars one coming from Awan Groundwalker. Many of you know, took some time off shooting, working on a commission, and this side down while waiting for a commission to dry. Geez, I can't read. Worked on this completely made out of scrap foam. That I like to hear. All of the scraps that we accumulate over the years, that stuff can be used to make some really cool looking dioramas. These pictures are very, very nice. Really digging on it. The lighting is perfect, which I very much appreciate, but check out the detail on here. The textures on here look awesome. The paintwork looks great. Just a really nice piece, and it looks like you're likely able to take these pieces, move around into different positions so that you can kind of have it set up the way that you want. Check this out, work in progress pick. That is super fun. It doesn't, when you look at it before paint, it doesn't look like it's going to be much, but then once you've got that paint on there, you spread some, I don't know if that's sheetrock mud or what that is, if it's plaster, but once you start throwing those coats of paint and whatnot on there, it really looks very, very nice. So great job. This one's coming from Diorama Boy, and this is a very impressive piece. It is 1/12 scale, 34 inches long. How crazy is that? Just the scale of this hallway is so incredible. I really love your work every time. It's always so well done. Love the lighting. It just really gives that ambiance of a real hallway. The color palette that you've got on here, it's very dark and dank and kind of nasty looking, but it looks so realistic. Nice smattering of accessories on the ground. It's going to be awesome for pictures. You can see Deadpool in there right now. I mean, this is just a very impressive piece, and you can see the line here. This is 2 dioramas that can split into 2 17-inch long dioramas, which is super cool. It's so fun to see stuff like this. I mean, this could be used as like a little miniature set for a movie. That'd be so cool if you needed that for whatever reason in a movie. It's just, I love this kind of stuff, so awesome job. Next, coming from Nathaniel James 01, it's a work in progress, so we're not going to spend a ton of time on it, but it's a really cool looking diorama. Star Wars right now, but obviously this could be anything. Really digging on the snow. I'm assuming that's going to remain snow since you've got this snowtrooper guy here. Very, very cool. I like the angles that you've got with the rock, so can't wait to see this thing when it is done. Next up from Diorama Diaries, I've been watching the progress on this, and this thing is really impressive looking. It is a bakery diorama. It's Gingerbread's Bakery. This is super cool. I just love the details on here. I'm pretty sure this is likely maybe 1/18th scale. Let's see if it shows anywhere. Not seeing it, but wow, this is awesome. They made all of these little pastries. Everything is handmade, and it is immaculate looking. The paintwork on here, it's in kind of like a shadow box almost that will be able to be up on a wall or whatever, but the detail on here, the skill set, just look at the cobblestone sort of sidewalk. You got little tufts of grass coming out of the cracks. I mean, this is very, very impressive. I love this piece. It is so cool. So great job. Next, coming from Rolf Johnson. Nope, I got it wrong. Rolf Johansson. Cool little storefront of your local comic book store. That's cool. Always fun to be able to recreate something that's local, that actually means something to you. That's how I felt when I did the TRU diorama. I did a representation of the one that was in my town. So if you're ever at a loss for ideas of what to make next, just drive around your town and see if you can find something that means something to you, because you'll put more effort into it. And I really dig what you did here. The doors here look awesome. You got a little Punisher on the door right there. I wonder if you've got, there we go. I knew there was a source. This is awesome. You did a great job. You really represented it very, very well. I don't know why my computer's acting up. It's not letting me. There we go. You did a great job of replicating what is on here. Now, it doesn't look like they've got as much graffiti on their building, but that is okay. I still dig it. Sometimes you got to add a little bit to the diorama to make it pop even more, but this is a very, very well done piece. You got the colors just right, so awesome job on a really, really nice diorama. This one's coming from Euler's Workshop, and the only thing that I wish we got out of this was a few more pictures. So they're saying it's an old diorama, and they're posting it up now so we can take a look at it, and it looks really cool. They called it the oh geez, I can't read. The Ore Buster. There's so many details on here. It is so cool looking. I don't know exactly what it is that I'm looking at. I'm trying to look through some of these tags to know what it is I'm looking at. Something is underground, and then we've got like this, I don't know, that looks like a helicopter of some sort. I don't know, but this thing is super cool. I need to see some more pictures. So I'm going to have to go through your profile. I skimmed it real quick before the show, and I didn't see anything. So maybe you got more pictures of this, but there's so many details. Look at that. There's a little train track sort of thing coming through. I got to know what this is. I need to know. Next, coming from Japachi, I don't know how to say that. So here's something. You posted a lot of posts to the hashtag, and so I'm pretty confident that these are legit. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't sure if I should include these because this looks like it's real. It doesn't look like it's a diorama. I know I tricked you. You guys thought I was gonna go with like, this guy's not legit, he shouldn't be posting. No, where I'm going with this is I can't tell what is real and what is diorama. I think, and I could be completely wrong, I think these buildings back here are real, and this in the foreground, this building, is a diorama. I could be wrong. They could all be diorama. I don't think that this part is real. I really think that this is diorama, but it's barely, I'm barely thinking this is diorama. It is so realistic. So we're gonna talk as though this is diorama because I think it is. And I hope you take all of this as compliment, because if this is diorama, this is amazing. This is so realistic. The graffiti on here, every little detail on here looks so realistic, and that's where I'm at. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at. It looks super cool. Wow. So I need to know a little bit more. So it says here, graffiti covered walls and district heating pipes on the left hand side of my Berlin diorama. So it's diorama. It's diorama. But holy crap. So I yammered on and I didn't look at the description here. So I'm an idiot, but whatever. How is this a diorama? It looks so realistic. I mean, this is amazing. Amazing. Okay, moving on, because all I have to say is it's just amazing. Next, coming from Sage JDG, is a large commission piece I've been working on for this person. This is a really nice looking piece. The door looks awesome. I love the sculpt work of this. Paintwork on here is awesome. Everything obviously looks great. His paintwork is always impeccable. It's paintwork that I always strive to get towards, and I always come short. But this is a very, very well done piece, and the person that's buying it should be very, very pleased with it. Next, coming from the Dio page, this is Gotham City, and it's so unique. It's so different from what we typically see. Now, my first thought was Godzilla. That was my first thought. It's not. It's Gotham City. It is. They've got some work in progress pics, but I really like this. It lacks a lot of the textural details that we get in a lot of our dioramas. So it's obviously a very different style, and I really like this. Something about it is really popping that I am very much enjoying this. I can't wait to see if you take some ACBA style pictures with this, because I have a bunch of ideas of how I think this would look really cool, and so I can't wait to see what you might do with this. This kind of gives me a animated Batman, or the Batman animated feel to it. Very unique, and I really like it. Next, coming from Simon Family Farms, I don't think we have showcased any of your work before. Many of you might not care about farm stuff like this, but I grew up on a farm. Anytime we would go on a road trip, we would stop at every single implement store. If you're not sure what an implement store is, it's the stores that, it's kind of like a car dealership, except it's for tractors and farm machinery. And we would go crawl on everything. So it has kind of a special place in my heart, anything that's farm related. And so I like these little sets, because we used to play with little sets like this, and we never got to the point of making amazing little dioramas like this. We should have, but we didn't really have the time. We were out working on the farm. But this is super cool. I can't wait to see more from you. It brings me back to my childhood, which, though it was chock full of hard work, I do very much enjoy and appreciate the farm life. So awesome job. Next up, coming from Southham's Model Railway. This is a really, really detailed piece. This is another one of those where you could almost swear it was real. That if you threw in a sky background, so you took this thing outside and took a picture, so you got the actual clouds and whatnot, this you'd swear was real. The resin in here, the way that little river creek looks so realistic. I mean, everything, the grass, the little meadow sort of thing, that looks so realistic. I mean, is absolutely crazy. It's realistic water, just like the bottle says, which is awesome. So I like I said, I always love seeing this kind of stuff. I love seeing the behind the scenes, how you kind of make it, the pouring of the resins, all of that. How many times I've sat around watching videos on how people do this sort of stuff, and yet I've still never gotten around to just buying my own resin and giving it a shot. I should do that at some point, but I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit scared. I don't know, but awesome job. Next, coming from Schizo Customs, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm always a sucker for turtles. I like turtles. And we've got a new sewer diorama completed. Loving this little pop machine with the dominoes on there. Are these kits? I think these are kits. Designed and 3D printed the pizza vending machine. Hot dang, light up function incorporated. That is awesome. Really well done. It's always so hard to tell with some of these accessories whether or not they are, self-made. Self-made, is that right? If you've made them or if they are kits, because I don't know all of the things that are out there and available. So sometimes I feel like I'm super impressed by something, and then I find out, oh shoot, that was just something that you bought off the shelf. And then sometimes I pass by stuff thinking, oh, that looks like something bought off the shelf, and then it was handmade, and so I feel bad when I miss that kind of stuff. But I'm yammering on. This is looking really, really cool. Love this little picture. Let's move through some of these pictures. The brickwork on here is amazing looking. You really did a nice job with that. I love this little ladder here. The little wrought iron ladder looks awesome. Nice paintwork on the concrete there. You got little bits of weathering and whatnot. Looks awesome. You did a great job on this piece. So yeah, I'm very, very impressed with it. Next, coming from Mr. Zombie's workshop, this is the Myers house. You're not supposed to go up there. That's a spook house. Finished the prototype. It's a 1/12 scale NECA, or a 1/12 NECA scale, 100% scratch built. This is an amazing piece, and especially the fact that I'm assuming you took this outside, took the picture, got the sky background. It looks very, very realistic. If you ever are, at a loss for good lighting, go outside because sunlight is the best light that you can use. This is just an amazing piece. There's so much detail. Now, there was one question that I had. There is another account that also had this exact same post. It didn't have as many of the likes and whatnot, but it had the exact same post with the same text. So I'm assuming that Mr. Zombie's workshop is the one that made this. Not sure if the other account that I saw this on is also your account or if it's someone else. DM me what that all is all about. But this is an awesome piece. I love the detail on here. I mean, it's so cool. You can see the little gutter that's kind of fallen down. It looks so realistic. You just really nailed it. Next, coming from Diorama Genie, this is a quickie diorama, just a quickie one. Did it in the weekend. I wish I could get stuff done over a weekend. Tabletop street stretch of the world-renowned Gala Dutch Fort. My first diorama with some lighting. That is super cool. I'm wondering if this is 3D printed. I feel like I've seen a design that looks like that, but it could be hand done. I'm not sure. Very, very nice looking piece. I love the little sign. Did you hand do that? That looks very, very nice. The paintwork on here is very cool as well. It's very unique, different looking than what we usually see, which is nice. It's it gives me an Italian feel, and I think this is supposed to be, so it's Dutch, but gives me, I don't really actually know what's Italian or what's Dutch, what's whatever, but that was my first thought was Italian before I read this. But you really did a nice job. Let's go back. I like this stone. It's kind of like a cobblestone, and that looks very, very cool. So you did a great job on this piece. The lighting looks awesome. So great job. Next up, coming from Dark Mini Room, 1/6 scale Michonne Walking Dead apocalyptic thrift store diorama. Very, very cool. I love the overgrowth of all of the plants on here. The boarded up building looks awesome, and
the boards look new, I might, and I hate giving recommendations, I might weather these boards just a little bit more so they don't look quite so new. Maybe give them a little bit of a gray, a little bit of a light black wash to tone that down just a hair. And it still would give it newer material look than the rest of the building. You did an amazing job with the weathering on these bricks. That looks so good. It's so grimy looking, so old looking. And so I personally would just drop that down just a little bit. It might give it a more natural feel, but obviously it's your project. You do whatever the heck you want with it. I am really digging on this piece. I love this the little awning sort of pieces just above the windows. That looks really cool. I like it. You did a great job on this piece, so very, very nice. Next up, coming from Hepburnicus, always does such detailed work, and how you get this level of detail on here is always amazing to me because it's always at such a small scale. So let's see. Ideas that move in twisted and inquisitive way, taking over, engulfing the structure, lifting the roof, through the window, the door is blocked, getting inside. So read up. If you're not following Hepburnicus, make sure that you are. They do some very, very, very highly detailed work, and check this out. It is so cool, the details on here. I mean, look at that. That is amazing. That is awesome. It's fun to be able to see some really great talent from all of you week in and week out, and you guys never disappoint. Next, coming from Krusty Crew, this is French. I don't speak French. I barely speak English. I'm thinking this must be Ernst Creations who actually made this. Could be wrong. That's, my French speaking. This is a really cool looking diorama. I have no idea what specifically I'm looking at, but sometimes those are the best because then you're not bogged down by what the title of or the characters are. And this is really cool. I love the little hill that we've got here, and then a little bit of a break. Something happened here, and now there's a little bit of like a mini cliff like thing there. This building is like sunk into the ground. No idea what's going on, but it is super cool. I love the colors with the blue and the green, and then this wood really looks like actual wood, which is pretty darn sick. So awesome job. I am really, Ernst Creations. So awesome job. This one's coming from Sith Machinist 1. No, I said that wrong. Sith Machinist 81 out of Anaheim, California. Oh, just added another state to the union. Hulk Smash, the SH Figure Arts Infinity War Hulk. What do you think of that figure? I've got the Gladiator Hulk one, and it's cool, but it's a little small. But that's because I don't collect any other SH Figure Arts. So he looks small compared to everything else. Anyway, moving on to the diorama. I am not certain if this is all paint, the colors, or if it is lights. And I'm thinking it's lights somehow, because otherwise the light wouldn't be, or the color wouldn't be on the Hulk. I bet you there's a picture without those lights on. No, there isn't. This is a really cool idea. I love having these little burst or blasted out walls. There's so much that you can do with these to be able to take different pictures. It's just a fun piece. You sculpted it very, very nicely. And this is something that if you're ever, if you're ever at a loss for what to do and you just want to be creating something, just do something like this, a busted out wall. Any character will go with it. It's not about having every diorama being the most epic diorama. It's about just making something. That's what I need to do. Sometimes you just need to make a blast effect wall, and then it can be used for anything, which is super cool. And I really like this idea, and I love the colors that you've got going on. And then last but not least, coming from Church of Plastic, had this project on extended standby. I know how that goes. My Secret Stash one was on a standby for almost 2 years. This one is pretty darn cool, and on my phone I couldn't tell. It looked like it was over. overexposed, but I think what it really is you've got some sort of smoke to look like steam in this bathroom. Am I right about that? Not sure if this is done yet or not, but I am really digging on all the details. Love the floor. Is this a tile that you picked up from the hardware store or something? Same with the wall. The details on here are very, very cool. So would love to know if this is done or not, because it looks pretty darn done. I don't know, but it's really awesome looking. Even it being a bathroom, I mean, how cool is that? So awesome job. I just need a little more information about where you got the floor. Where'd you get this wall from? I gotta know. So let me know in the comments or DM me. I'm always open to getting some more information about these things, but very, very nicely done.
Alrighty, we have reached the end of this showcase once again. Thank you everybody who participated. We're not quite done yet though. We need to reveal my top 5 and you'll get your chance to vote for your favorite on the community tab on my channel after you're done watching the show. And my top 5 are the Halloween 2 Dio by Christoph Customs, the Berlin Dio by Jorn Paco, the Abandoned Hallway Dio by Diorama Boy, the Gingerbread Bakery Dio by Diorama Diaries, and the Myers House Dio by Mr. Zombie Workshop. Again, make sure you go to the community tab on my channel after you're done watching the show, vote for your favorite, and I will reveal the winner next week. Alrighty, there you have it folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button, hit the subscribe and bell notification if you haven't already, and make sure you share this out with as many people as you can, especially those diorama creators that you know haven't been using that hashtag quite yet. Get them aware of the show so that they can start using the hashtag so we can have even more new creators on the show, and I will see you next week.